Hey, welcome. Let's talk about Wedding Breakers Season 2, Episode 8. If you haven't seen the episode itself, go watch it. If you haven't seen our reaction, please go watch it. I'm going to be putting the link down below.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
It's cooking.
It's cooking. It's cooking, all right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on the episode?
It's really entertaining, you know? We're finally getting to the main fight.
Yeah.
Which I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see that.
It's development.
And the animation was pretty nice. You know, when they were fighting.
They have clean fights. They have clean fights. They don't have to break the world, you know, but
yeah, you can still see the people like in the back fighting. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. The animators do a good job on this, you know. They take little things into account.
This fight looks like it's going to be tough. Maybe it's going to take 2 more episodes?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is what stood out to me was he kept on saying they. That got me thinking about like towards the end, like the big group that came, Gravel or whatever the name is. They said they. And I'm thinking Frank, you know, the guy with the tattoos and stuff like that.
The job.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's what we were saying that before. We think that group where Frank is from is a big organization and they just be like hiring little groups for jobs or to do this and that.
Yeah.
And they're like under him.
For some reason. Why, we don't know.
But why don't the girl, like, they're trying on some trafficking?
That's some weird stuff. They're weird. Like, they really are. Like, they are adamant about getting this girl. But just seeing how things are coming together, I would have thought we were gonna just stay in like the town the whole time. But the fact that we're out both Marine isn't them, and other people are. I just like it. I like the dynamic, and I like how they're growing. You know. What do you think about in the actual club, like the singer? I think that was a nice voice.
Yeah, we were saying she has a beautiful voice, words put together. But you know, when she first started singing, it just reminded me it just reminded me of a Disney song. Yeah. Like the type of song.
One of the Barbie movies you used to watch?
Not Barbie movies. But
a lot of many times in an anime when they sing and they do English words, it's the same as if I was to make a song in another language. I'm putting words together to the best of my ability, you know? So whereas it has to rhyme somewhat.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, we say the song was good.
Pretty good, nice, really voice.
Yeah.
Really nice voice.
It was a very beautiful voice, you know?
Really calming, angelic.
Yeah. It gives us a sense of this is their like home, like headquarters, you know? Tsubaki-chan is dancing there, which is wild. In a high school dance, it is what it is. In the red light district.
Well, who are we to judge?
Yeah, but at the same time, this is their environment, you know? And it also gives Kaji, whatever his name was, the main guy, the chairman.
Okay.
Like his pride in protecting her, protecting his place, you know?
That's crazy. Nice. The fight's going to be crazy. I just wonder, like, after this fight is over, what else are we getting into? Like, are we gonna see Frank again? Like, is it going to get more serious?
Okay, so let's do it. How far do you think it's gonna go? Like, what do you see? Not just in this episode, not this season. Like, what do you think is the future of Windbreaker based off of what you've seen so far?
Based on what we see.
Yeah. What do you think it could go?
So, like, immediately they're in the fight. So I really think Frank and that big group is involved in this whole thing, so we definitely have to say something about that, like in a bigger scale after this. And I'm not sure, like, what about the depth? You know, are we going back to character development, like more chill episodes? I want to know more about Sakura. I want to know more about Suo.
Yeah.
So I can see this just like this big fight going on, then Frank comes up, blah blah blah, they fight, whatever this, and more character development. And I think the story just gonna be like keep going like that, like in a cycle, kind of type of thing. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm trying to say.
I think it makes sense. Now I think different. I think this isn't gonna develop to Sakura at the end of series. Like, what's the goal at the end? Naruto's goal is to be the Hokage.
Okay,
What's the goal?
I didn't get that far into this.
That's what I said, not just to the season. I said in general. Where do you think it's going? So you didn't have a wrong answer because that's just your like. If you just put what's happening right now into a bubble. If I'm trying to think, what's the end of series? So I'm thinking if that's the goal, what's gonna happen here? If he wants to be the head, and I see that he's learning from the head chairman dude, like what it really means, like you have true strength in protecting. I think whatever the Frank conflict is really gonna make Sakura stand out. And then you also got to think about the fact that it's bigger town. Like you got Sakura's past that hasn't been tapped into. We're at one of the 4 commanders. You still got 3 other commanders. There's so much more to this. I think Frank is gonna open up the door to a lot of stuff that's gonna make sense, like immediate around. I wanted to look up to see how many volumes are out of this.
Yeah, we had to look it up. I do get the sense after we found out like how slow the days go in this manga and anime. I do think like it has to be like a long anime. Oh, I mean at least the manga, long story. It has to be long. If it took so long to get to that initial like character development type, but it didn't really take that long in real time.
Yeah.
In reality, and with still many characters that we don't know much about. We're just tapping into Sakura's past. So I think this has to be a bit longer. Like it's going to take. I mean, I don't know how many like it's supposed to be, but what do you think it will be like at least 5 seasons, at least 5 or 6 seasons? Do you think it will get that far?
If the writer does a good job, I think it could get 5 or 6 seasons. I think that because they do, like it's not just action, you know? So whereas it took 2.5 episodes to get through Tsubaki-chan's flashback and the old man and all that stuff, that's probably what? A couple chapters in the manga? So whereas for us in anime form, that took almost half a month, you know? I think like the capability, this could go far if they write it right, which I think they are doing.
Yeah, probably just more issues are gonna keep going. Like Frank, big group, we just keep putting. We hope that happens because then we're gonna be so wrong. Yeah. But let's say
manga readers looking at us like
that big group, you know, that big group, they get over that whole trouble. Then next season is going to be, or the other season is going to be a bigger group that they got to get over it.
Or an old group.
And yeah, old group, and they just have to having like more character development and more stories coming out. Like
standard anime trope. You either insert, so after Frank's group, you either insert somebody beat up Storm from the first season, and you got to come save them, and that ends up being like a flashback from Sakura's past because he's developing for a reason. But a main character can't develop without having a relapse. Like, imagine him doing it, and then like, imagine his brother's as strong as him if he has a brother.
But anyway,
yeah, but then we're just talking. This is what we do here. We just talk anime, you know. What do you guys think?
And then somebody has to edit all of this, and
somebody's edited. The maid, right?
Who?
The maid. we have an in-house video editor, so it's okay. She'll do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you rate the episode?
What do I rate the episode? I rate the episode a 9.5.
9.5. God, that's one of the best episodes. Okay.
Just because they get into that fight that we were waiting for.
Yeah, that is true.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna give it a solid 9 point. I feel like if I say like a point, it's gonna be like off of what you, because I could say 9.5 too. I'll say 9.5 as well. Okay. Because it's a really good episode. We're finding more stuff out. Like this is a big goal ahead of him, and he's able to see the dynamic of not just Bofurine, but now somebody else. And that's gonna make him grow. I think it's a nice mix of Sakura growth, world building, and still like you know,
different dynamics.
Dynamics, yeah. But yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, so let us know what you guys rate this episode. What do you think the future is going to hold? Of course, if you haven't read the manga.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.